The following was written by Bat Masterson and published in Human Life magazine in May of 1907. It was again the doctor's turn to take the road and escape from the scene of his recent malefaction, and this time he headed for Dodge City, Kansas. It was there I first met him, although I had heard about his doings in Texas. He was slim of build and sallow of complexion, standing about 5 feet 10 inches, and weighing no more than 130 pounds. His eyes were of a pale blue, and his mustache was thin and of a sandy hue. Dodge City was then very much like Dallas and Denver, only a little more so, and the doctor did not express regret at having come. It was easily seen that he was not a healthy man, for he not only looked the part, but he incessantly coughed it as well. During his year's stay at Dodge at that time, he did not have a quarrel with anyone, and although regarded as a sort of grouch, he was not disliked by those with whom he had become acquainted. It was during this time that he also made the acquaintance of Wyatt Earp, and they were always fast friends ever afterwards. He went from Dodge to Trinidad, Colorado, where, within a week from the time he landed, he shot and seriously wounded a young sport by the name of Kid Colton over a very trivial matter. He was again forced to hunt the tall timber and managed to make his escape to Las Vegas, New Mexico, which was then something of a boom town on account of the Santa Fe Railroad having just reached there. Holliday remained around Las Vegas for some time, doing the best he could in a gambling way. Then he had a quarrel with one of the town rounders by the name of Mike Gordon, whom he invited to step outside of the saloon in which they were quarreling. No sooner had Gordon stepped from the door than Holliday shot him dead. From Las Vegas to Dodge City, across country, without following the traveled road, was about 500 miles. And this was the trip Holliday was again compelled to make on horseback, in order to get away from the authorities who were hot on his trail. He reached Dodge City safely and remained there until Wyatt Earp took him in his covered wagon to Arizona in the fall of 1880. Again, he showed no disposition to quarrel or shoot while in Dodge, and many thought that much of the trouble he had been having in other places had been forced upon him. But I am satisfied that it was pretty much all of his own seeking. His whole heart and soul were wrapped up in Wyatt Earp, and he was always ready to stake his life in defense of any cause in which Wyatt was interested. He aided the Earp brothers in their street fight in Tombstone against the Clanton and McLaury brothers, in which the latter two were killed, along with Billy Clanton. Kansas, it will be observed, was the only state in which he lived in which he failed to either slay or bodily wound some person. The question as to the extent in which he was justified in doing as he did is of course open to debate. I've always believed that much of Holliday's trouble was caused by drink, and for that reason held him to blame in many instances. While I assisted him substantially on several occasions, it was not because I liked him any too well, but on account of my friendship for Wyatt Earp, who did. Holliday had few real friends anywhere in the West. He was selfish and had a perverse nature, traits not calculated to make a man more popular in the early days on the frontier.